Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi everyone. I'm Peter from Peter's English Podcast, and this is my Peter Sunday 1 hour ramble episode. Yay! Welcome everyone. I'm your host Peter, and I'm streaming 1 hour later because I watched uh, sports on TV because it was a sport on TV, and I don't know if I can make a free ad, but I don't want. No, simply people, I watched sport on TV, but it wasn't any football match or something like that or hockey match. No, it was a kind of motorsport that I watched with my dad. But okay, people and Peter, let's start with the slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. And yes, people, it's true. And okay, Peter, let's start. This is people Peter Sunday 1 hour ramble episode. Yeah, yes, this is people my 1 hour ramble show, and I want to speak and talk and talk and talk for 1 hour in English without any kind of preparation as every Sunday. And yes, for someone can be this challenge a big fun because there are not a lot of people who like me. I mean, learners of English who can do this. I don't know. I don't know other podcasters like me. Yes, it can be, but who cares? I don't know them until now. But this is people Peter Sunday 1 hour ramble episode. Yay! Welcome, people. Okay, I want to start with my uh, uh, I cannot. Yes, I can start with with this week because this week, these 5 work days are all, I worked in the afternoon because it was my work. It was my work. That means that I didn't have time for doing this podcast. But yesterday I wrote chapter 13 of season 3 of my novel. We read the Vampire Girl Diary. Yes, people, it was a lot of fun because Viera decided to do the Dark Organization podcast, her own podcast, in her work, in the typical English pub of Thomas Bennett, her good friend, and it was very funny because. Uh, uh, the story started that Vera made fun of everything. She was in a very good mood, but what happened later? Peter's brother Pavel appeared, and he offered her a lot of money for spending her time, her her free time with him. Peter just called down and don't touch anything because you can destroy it. Okay, she dis simply Pavel, uh, Peter's brother, offered her a money for spending time with him if she drink a lot of alcohol, and she accepted this offer because she wanted to earn quick cash, and she did it. And she was so drunk that he make uh, that she made a fool of herself, and she drank a lot of alcohol. She kissed Pavel, she sit on his lap, and so on. It was terrible, and and Peter was very sad, and he felt humiliated because it was a big betrayal of his girlfriend. But and it ended very very badly, and Vera and to Vera returned, uh, and the dark side of Vera returned to her again, and and Vera needs help because if her dark side completely uh, takes over of her, she can change into a terrible, dangerous predator uh, mm, who can use men's feelings and their money for enjoyment. And yes, of course, her her female vampire friends with AI Diana decided to help her. And yes, of course, don't worry, people. This not this life story. This the next chapter 14 that I want to write the next Saturday will end in happy end. Why? Because I love happy ends, and I simply decided that it can be that I make a little fun uh, and a little change in my writing that I can continue with the story that usually happens in the with the happy end in the non-usual bad way. But don't worry, in the end Vera will return to Peter as his girlfriend again, and everything will be great. I promise you. Don't worry. If of course I will return to writing it, but I want to do it because it's my hobby. And this was the content of the chapter 13 of season 3 of my novel The Other Vampire Diary. And after this, and after writing, I ended very late, and I didn't have any time for my live stream. But I decided to reorganize my whole novel Vira the Vampire Diary in my OneDrive because I didn't realize that I saved everything in cloud. Yes, it was everything was in my OneDrive, but it was everything in one folder. It's called Documents, and Vera didn't have her own folder, and but I changed it. I decided to change it, and I did it yesterday during before midnight, and I reorganized it. I mean the whole text novel, and I created a big novel folder inside my cloud OneDrive. It's called Vera the Vampire Girl Diary, the whole novel, and I added 3 seasons: season 1, season 2, and season 3 folder, and I added every chapter to each season, and now I have everything into one folder. And yes, people, and Peter, you did something very important after 1 hour of after 1 year of writing your novel. It's great because you have to organize everything, and I did it, and I'm proud of myself. Okay, what next? Oh, I've been streaming only 7 minutes, but I can continue. I can continue with the statistics of my Peter's English podcast, and I can because I do it every week. And but I didn't watch the latest results of my statistics, but I had um, uh, 3,722 total streams or downloads everywhere except YouTube. Yay! Thank you guys. And on Spotify, I had more than 540 plays, and the majority of my audience only on Spotify are girls in my age. Thank you, girls, as usual. In my age from Slovakia. Yay. And now I can continue with the biggest countries of Peter's English podcast where people want to listen to me. And the biggest country is the USA. Yay! Thank you guys from the USA. The second place is Vietnam, and third place is for Japan. And Slovakia, my home country, has only 4%. That means the majority of my audience is from the other countries. And that's great. Thank you guys. I'm so happy that you understand me and that you like my content. I think so because I can tell you the watch time. I only on Spotify I had I don't wait a minute. Yes, I remember. I only on Spotify only from the number 540 plays I had, the watch time was 19 hours only on Spotify. That's great. It means people really like my content. I don't think so that 19 hours is a bad number for me as the beginner, and that who started 3 years ago. It's great. And now I can tell you the statistics of my YouTube. And on YouTube, the biggest majority are boys. That's interesting. Thank you, boys. And my reels on YouTube have 6,008 no 6,900 views. My longer videos, audio plus video, and plus audio episode from my RSS Spotify for Creators feed have together 4,100 views. Thank you guys. And my live stream has until now, I think more than I think 690 views. That's great. Thank you guys. And the watch the watch hours only on YouTube are very great. I have, I think, 139 watch hours. That's great. This number is beautiful. Thank you, people, for watching me. Thank you, people, for your listening. That's great that you like my content. And okay, Peter, don't touch something, because the last time, I mean, one month 1 month before, you destroyed your sound of your podcast, but everything looks and everything is perfect. And yes, I can now continue. I can return to my today's first live stream, because it was very funny. I don't know if you could hear, but I could hear, and I had problems with my cursed mouse Logitech that is very old, and it was removing, connecting. I mean, from my notebook. Not notebook, Peter. Notebook is for Peter. Notebook is in Slovak language. It's laptop. And Peter, don't destroy something again because you touch your headphones. Okay. I simply want to tell you that I had problems with my mouse that was beeping. It makes a sound every few seconds, and it was so annoying that I started to have to have problems with my acting. But Peter, calm down. Who cares? This is the part of the fun. Yes, yes, it's part of the fun, because my episodes on my Peter's English podcast are always very interesting. And then I had problems after eating breakfast, and someone can ask Peter, why did you eat something before your live stream? Because I wanted to have energy, and it was breakfast time. I think it was problem with something else, that I was shy, and I was shy. Now I'm not shy, but I was shy during my live stream. But it was the part of the fun. Everything ended well. I'm proud of myself, and now I'm here again with the second ramble. And I think that I can end this live stream. We found problems because I could see clouds. I mean, the dark clouds outside. It it's, if as you know, today is June. It's Sunday. It's Sunday, and it's June. It's summer, and it can be storms. But I didn't hear something, and I hope that I can continue this Peter Sunday 1 hour ramble episode without any problems until the end, as usual. And okay, I think that I told you everything, and it was a big fun. And I'm here, and this is people, my Peter Sunday 1 hour ramble episode, and I'm so proud of myself that I'm doing it again. And I realized that I had a little problems with my live streams during the 2 weeks ago, during the week B, and I worked in the morning because I have to cooperate with my parents, because I don't live alone, but I live in a big house. I can cooperate. We found problems with everyone, but I have to cooperate, but we can cooperate. I discovered that we really can cooperate, and that's great. But I have to wait for everyone, if until everyone is prepared for me. And but I did it. But I had a little problems that my last live stream ended too later. That's usual for me. But I did it. Everything's published, and the week B is started again, because the next week is week B, and I want to do my live streams again. My plan is simple. I want to stream and record 4 live streams of my PPP picture-in-picture mode episode, where I want to chat with the study and learn mode on Microsoft Copilot, and I want to learn English, and I want to have fun, and so on with Microsoft Copilot. And the next Friday, it's my publication day of Peter's English podcast, where I want to publish all 8 episodes um, of I mean, I want to publish all 8 recordings as my official episodes of my Peter's English podcast, and I want to do it. And then on Saturday, I want to write, stream, and record chapter 14 of of season 3 of my novel Blood of Vampire Diary. And the plan is simple. I created this plan with the help of study and with Microsoft Copilot, but the idea, the main ideas about the continuing of the story of my novel Blood of Vampire Diary are mine, and I want to end the chapter 14 positive way. I want to write that everything ended well, that Peter saved Vera as usual, said her ass as usual. I mean, in the positive way. I wanted to tell you that Peter uh, want, uh, wants to return to Vera, of course, because she loves her and she loves him, and it has to end it well because I like to. Outside looks okay. Outside looks perfect. Though anyone wants to destroy. I mean, the weather doesn't want to destroy my live stream until now, but okay. And I want to continue with the story in the positive way, and of course, I wrote these ideas inside my OneNote account, and the main goal is the end is to end chapter 14 in the positive way. That means that Peter has wants to rescue Vera against her dark side, and they and he wants to return to her, and she wants to return to him. Of course, it has to end good. And I don't and yes, I want to describe this anti-vampire organization that I that is about making fun of the uh, of everything different, because there are a lot of people who likes to hate everything that is different like them, and I decided to make fun of it. And this anti-vampire organization is only a funny organization that is against vampires, and they are scared of the fairy tales about vampires in general. And I like to make fun of this kind of nonsense because my sitcom is a nonsense, but Peter is not. Yeah, yes, of course it's not, because people, as you know, for me is writing, streaming, and recording my novel Vera the Vampire Diary. It's like watching a good movie on TV with a good content, and because I like to do a big comedy show of my novel, and my novel is a big comedy show. It's a sitcom about Vera the vampire girl. And okay, how to continue? Yes, you can watch it and listen to it everywhere in every good or bad podcast app. You can read it on my website, petersenglishpodcast.com, or you can read to it on my Wattpod account. And what else? How to continue? I don't know how to continue, but I want to continue because this is the 1 hour Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode, and I want to continue, and I don't know how to continue. Yes, people, I'm very happy that my numbers are increasing the whole time. I think, yeah, and yes, I have to tell you that my numbers, that my statistics on my Peter's English podcast are increasing thanks to learning English with Peter. That means this kind of episodes are the most popular episodes of my podcast because they are about learning English. We study and learn Microsoft Copilot, and people like to learn English, of course, uh, uh, and people like to click on the title "Learn English" because there are a lot of people who like to learn English. Yeah, yes, of course, and but people can discover my novel, my current, because actual is doesn't exist in English, Peter. I know, okay. I want to tell you that my current project of my novel, of my Peter English podcast, is called Virado Embargo Diary, and you can discover it, and I did until now. Wait a minute. The first season has 30 chapters, season 2 has 28 chapters, it means 58, and season 3 has now 13 chapters. That means that this was I yes this was 71st chapter of my novel, the Vampire Girl Diary, and who knows, I want to continue my novel because it's funny and it's my hobby, and I can do more than 100. Well, we'll see. It doesn't. I don't. I didn't plan any end of this novel because it's my hobby, and I want to continue with it, with my novel and with my podcast, because it's my big hobby, and I think it's better than scrolling boring social media like idiot like others people. I'm sorry, people, but I think learning English is much better, and you can do it too. And okay, what else? I've been streaming for 20 minutes, and I want to stream for the next 40 minutes, and I don't know how to continue. Yes, I can talk. What can yes yes I can talk that about what I'm yes I can talk about my mouse Logitech. It's very old and it was funny that was making sound. It was removing and connecting the whole time during the live stream. Peter, you did you said about it. You said about it a few minutes before. Yes, I know, but I want to tell you that I was a little sad that my mouse had problems. It's old, as I know, but I was sad. But during this live stream, it works everything, and I was a little scared that my laptop has problem, but it doesn't have because it doesn't because everything works, and it was simply the mouse, or it was the problem with the software. Who knows? Who cares? Peter, just continue. and and yes, people, I'm feeling uh like the presenter in the radio show. It's my own radio show, and I have a lot of time today, and I want to stream for 1 hour without any kind of preparation. And it is not very easy to do this, but I want to talk about any kind of nonsense, because the main goal of this episode is to simply talk in English without any kind of preparation, and I want to continue. And okay, I can tell you something about me that I don't know if you know me, because but I'm Peter. I live in East Slovakia, and my hobby is learning English. I've been learning English since August 2022 until now. And the first year I remember that I learned English grammar the whole time. But I then discovered Slovak and Czech learning English platforms, and thanks to them, I opened my eyes and I start to practice everything. I started to practicing my listening skills, my speaking skills, my reading skills, and my writing skills. And this is the main reason why I started to do this podcast, because I've been doing this podcast since August 20 since the August. No, Peter, what you're talking about? You are talking about your podcast, and I've been streaming. Not I've been streaming. I've been doing my Peter's English podcast since June 24. Uh, since June 24th, 2024 until now, and that's great. As you can see, I did more than 400 episodes, and I have more than 1,000 videos on YouTube. That's perfect, and you can find and you can enjoy my video content on Spotify and on YouTube, and you can listen to me. You can enjoy my audio podcast in every bed in or good podcast app. And what can I do? What can I tell? Yes, I think it. Yes, I wanted to talk about my novel, The Vampire Diary, because I don't know if you know what is it about. My novel, The Vampire Diary. The Vampire Diary is a comedy sitcom series. I was inspired by my life, because I like to do parody of my life, and I was fascinated by the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker, because I'm fascinated of vampires. I'm fascinated of female vampires, because they are bad, evil, and they're what and these vampire girls can simply bite you very easily because they are beautiful and dangerous at the same time. And the second thing is that I'm fascinated of very powerful women that, and I like to make fun uh, of women that because I always like to joke that women in the relationship are strict, dominate, that they like to dominate to men, they like to give orders and so on. And my Vera the Vampire Diary is very is a positive because she's the positive female vampire. She's very young female vampire. She lives in Slovakia with her parents, and she's very cute but very dangerous female vampire. She's very young, and she's strict. She's a dominatrix. She likes to dominate. She likes to give orders and so on. And I added myself because I like to make joke on myself too. And I added myself as her boyfriend, and I like to make joke and I like to make fool of myself in this novel, and I like to do and I like to make fun of my life. And I did, and because my novel Where the Vampire Could Die is a comedy sitcom satire, it's a very strong satire. It's a parody of my life, and I like to do parody of everything and every fun. But I don't want to be offensive, of course. I like to simply make fun and uh, in my novel, and I like to write very funny, stupid, nonsense, wild dialogues, and I and I did it. And but you can discover that my first chapters of my novel are a little serious. We found a lot of direct speech, and they are not very alive because I simply learned how to write it in my way. Okay, I'm not a big novelist like Tolkien or Martin that who wrote a Game of Thrones novel. No, no, no. I simply like to make a sitcom series like The Simpsons or Futurama and so on, and I did it. And I like to make fun of uh, my life, and I like to make fun of everything. And thanks and I started to write stories because I wanted to practice my writing skills in English. But no, people, I don't write in English. I write in Slovak. But I use the uh, Microsoft Copilot for S translator because it can translate into natural, polite spoken English, and I can learn a lot of English sentences and vocabulary from it. And I did it the whole time, and I can improve my English. And I'm proud of myself that I'm doing it. But it's not and because you have to practice your writing skills, and I started to do it, and I've been doing it for 2 years now. But you have to practice your listening skills, and how to do it. You have to listen to natural English podcasts, and you can listen to my favorite English podcasts. And I want to continue with the free ad because they are great. And my favorite English podcasts are free. I like to listen to Luke's English podcast. Luke's English podcast is an British English podcast for learners of English like you. The main host is an English teacher and stand-up comedian from London, Luke Thompson, and he is funny. He's great. His podcast is about natural British English, how it's spoken, and Luke's English podcast is very funny. I'm a big Labster, and I'm a proud Labster, and I'm a proud LEP Premium Labster because LEP has two kind of podcasts. The first is free LEP free archive. You can enjoy every episode that has at least 1 hour. Luke likes to talk with his friends, family. He has storytelling episode where he teaches English. He has his interviews with his friends and family, and he has his Ramble episodes that are great. And Luke's English podcast, it was the biggest inspiration for starting my own Peter's English podcast because I discovered that it's my hobby, that I like to have my own TV and radio show. And yes, I have. And yes, I'm here now, and I've been streaming for 30 minutes, and I enjoy listening to my favorite English podcast like Luke's English podcast, and you can do it too. You can find it in my link tree, and I can continue with the second one that is All Ears English podcast is an American English podcast. It's about American English and culture and American English. There are there are free American English teachers. There and all this English is about American. Is a natural American English conversation between American English native speakers who can enjoy it and have fun, and they like to teach American English. And the first one is Speak English podcast now with Georgiana, and I want to tell you, uh, my all favorite English podcasters, thank you for your great job. You're great. You're my heroes. And yes, and for Slovak and Czech people, you can discover jazykový mentoring.sk and VUCAI online. There are a lot of free videos, and they offer a paid service too if you like to use their paid service for learning English. I want to do a free ad again because it's a very good idea for starters of learners how to start learning English if you don't know how to do it. And now I can continue about with the topic. It's called AI. Yes, people. Again, because there are a lot of people who thinks that AI is a terrible shit, and that is some people thinks that AI chatbots are simply a bursting bubble, that it's terrible, bad, and evil. No, it's not. No, it's not, because AI was created for AI was created for helping people as creative partners. It wasn't created for replacing humans. No, but it's a very good creative partner. Thanks to it, you can learn, you can practice your English. You can speak with it. You can chat and speak with it in English. It's a perfect language model system that thanks to it you can really improve your English, because you doesn't because you don't need to find a real English friend anymore if you cannot find. Yes, but you can of course, because it wasn't created for replacing. But if you don't have AI chatbots are here for you for non-stop, and you can use their help. You can find you can speak with it, you can chat with it in English. You can use their finding system on internet, because they can find a lot of useful information on the internet. And thanks to AI chatbots, people, I did this podcast. I started to do this podcast until now because we found AI chatbots. I wouldn't start my podcast and my learning English. And thanks to AI chatbots, I can simply find every useful information from the internet we found using uh, web browsers. And that's great, I think, and it can be great for you. But people, don't trust everything that's on the internet, because internet is full of nonsense, dangerous informations. And and I don't recommend to believe everything that's on the internet. People use your own brains, and believe me, as I said before, AI was created for helping humans. It's not a bursting bubble. It's increasing its quality for the whole time, and it can really help you. And yes, there are free accounts. I mean, you can use AI for free, and don't worry. I don't think that they want to end the free account for using AI chatbots in general. Don't worry. I think my opinion is that AI chatbots are like internet services like Google or YouTube. They are free until now. And this is the same with AI chatbots. They were created for learning English and for helping people in general. You can use its help for writing. It can really help you with inspiring you, because yes, it can write a fairy tale. Yes, of course, or a story. But you can use it for inspiring you. It can help you with writing your own story, and this is great. Don't use it for cheating or something like that in school, or something like that. No, please don't use it for a creation. If you are novelist, or you want to simply learn English thanks to AI chatbots, simply use it, because because it's great. And please, people, don't use simple apps for learning English like Duolingo. Please don't use it. I used to use it for a very long time, and I didn't learn English. And I discovered it when I started to listening my favorite English podcasts. And you can believe me, I didn't understand a word after my first listening. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understood simple English. Yes, yes, I understood. But if I started to listen natural British or American English, and there are a lot of accents that I don't know until now, you can discover that Duolingo is only about American English until now. I don't think and that is great for you. It cannot teach you speaking, listening. You have to do it. But why do you want to use Duolingo or something similar? If you can use chatbots, have fun with them, with it, and you can use it as your creative partner, as your English teacher, and you can be creative. Instead of using Duolingo, create your own Peter. You cannot create my podcast. Create your own English podcast. Thanks to it, you can regularly practice your speaking skills in English. Because let's be honest, we found speaking English. You cannot speak English, and thanks to regular speaking skills in English, you can improve your appearance. You can improve your English. And let's be honest again, in conversation with native speakers or everyone in the world is about improvising. You cannot strain, you cannot prepare yourself for every kind of situation. Yes, you can prepare yourself for, I don't know, for situation in the bank, in the airport, in the by the doctor, and so on. But you cannot prepare for every kind of situation. If you want to make, if you want to live in the English speaking country, and if you want to work there, I think that you want to, and I think that you want to practice your English with everyone, and you like to do conversations about every kind of nonsense with the everyone, with the native speaker or someone else. And I think that the best idea is prepare for this kind of situation. And for me, it was the biggest inspiration. I simply wanted to live in English, because thanks to learning English, I can totally change my life, and it's great. And I'm proud of myself that I found it my hobby that is called learning English. And what does it mean in my eyes? What does it mean learning English? I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English. I like doing my Peter's English podcast, and I like to do my own novel, via the Empire Diary. And the next topic is, I don't care what you are talking about my content. I don't care if you are bad and evil, if you like to make fun of myself, if you like to gossip behind my back that I'm making fool of myself, and if you like to make fun of me, okay, it's your business. I don't care about your stupid life. It's my business. I like to do this content. I like to learn English, and no one can stop me learning English. You cannot stop me learning English. You cannot talk what I should do. You cannot stop me. You cannot give me orders. You cannot tell me what I should do in my life. Yes, and this is for everyone. It's for my family, for my this is the warning for the whole world, that you cannot stop me learning English. If you want to give me orders, and if you want to tell me what I should do with my life, it's my thing, people. Don't care about this, yes? And if you like my content, perfect. I'm very, I want to thank you. And you can follow me. Please follow me everywhere. Please follow me on the internet. Please follow me everywhere. Follow my YouTube. Follow everything. Right? Positive comments. But don't think that I start to chat with you in English for the whole weekend and so on. No, no, thank you. I don't want to return to my previous life where I chatted in Slovak with girls on internet like idiot without any kind of reason, because I thought that I can find a girlfriend or something like this nonsense. It's not about it. Yes, this is a very good topic. And this topic is, the life is not about finding your partner because if you have to be lucky with this topic, you have to be lucky because I cannot imagine the life with someone at all cost. It's, yeah, no, you have to be lucky simply because the finding the right soul for everyone is not easy. There are a lot of uh, mm, I don't know this word. Splitting, yes, there are a lot of splitting, and people are always always change their partners in the whole time. It's not easy to find someone, and the life cannot be about it. Yes, you have to learn how to live alone. If you don't have your parents, if you don't have your family, if you are in the foreign country, simply people learn how to live alone because and uh, mm, find a price for your uh, uh, how can I change? Peter, what do you want to talk about now? Yes, I want to tell you people that you have to discover your own price and find some. If you want to find someone, and if I want to find someone, it has to be someone who is like me. I mean, I want to connect with people who like learning English like me, who that means that it means you like watching movies and series in English. You are content creator like me. It means you like to do your own English podcast for learning English like me, and you write your own English novel for learning English like me. And I can tell you people, everyone can do this because imagine before August 2022, I didn't have any idea, any clue that I can do this. Everyone can do this. Everyone, because this can be funny for everyone. It doesn't mean that learning English is for only for Peter and for no one else. Learning English is for everyone, people. And Peter, imagine what you can do with learning English. Thanks to learning English, you can open a lot of doors. You can travel around the world. You can have better paid job. You can work in every English speaking country. You can earn more money like in your own country. And you can find new people, new love. Everything is possible. And imagine people that there is a big world of English content. You can imagine what you can do thanks to learning English. The whole internet is in English. You can listen to a lot of English podcasts. You can enjoy movies and series in English. You doesn't need to watch Slovak television anymore. You have a plenty of possibilities how to spend your free time thanks to learning English. You don't need to watch sports on TV. Yes, people, I watched today because I don't know why I'm watching this one of kind of motorsport until now, but okay, I did it. But I want to tell you that thanks to learning English, you can open a lot of doors for you and in your life too. And thanks to learning English, you can connect with everyone. And yes, English is has to be your first second language. Why? Because thanks to learning English, you can connect with everyone, and then you can learn another languages like German or Russian or the yes people because the world language is English. The most of the content is in English, and then you can learn another languages where you want to go. Yes, or it's on you. But for me, learning English is the most important thing except my life. And yes, the first thing is you have to be healthy. Without health, you cannot do anything else. And don't invest into money, don't invest into your properties. Yes, you can if you have money, but the most important it is what are money without health? Nothing. And thanks to the English, you can open a lot of doors for your socializing with everyone in the world, and this is very important for your uh, uh, social health. Yes, people like to connect with everyone, and thanks to learning English, you can connect with everyone in the world. It's very important for you, and everyone can learn English like me. Everyone, you can trust me, and thanks to learning English, I open a lot of doors for myself, and I'm proud of myself that I can now ramble in English for 40 for 1 hour without any kind of preparation, and I feel great, and I feel better than than during this first live stream where I was so shy and I was having a lot of problems with reading because this stupid mouse was doing nonsense. It was cursed, I think, like Copilot said. Because I say, as you know, yes, you can ask Peter, why do you always use Copilot? Because I like to use it. It's my favorite uh, AI chatbot, but there are plenty of chatbots. You can use Gemini AI, you can use ChatGPT, you can use DeepSeek, you can use Grok. There are a lot of possibilities, and every AI chatbot is great. Simply choose your favorite one, and you can start to do it. Okay, I've been streaming for 45 minutes, and I want to stream the last 15 minutes. What can I? I don't know. I hope that my gear can continue without problems, but I can see that during this live stream everything works perfectly, and I feel great, and I want to talk and talk and talk without any kind of preparation about every kind of nonsense, because the main goal of this live stream is to talk and talk and talk and talk and survive in English and improvise in English without any kind of preparation, because I have to learn it, because the life is hard in English speaking world, and it's about surviving and improvising. And thanks to Ramble episode, I can prepare myself for the real world in English, because yes, you can practice the most important English sentences for every kind of situation, but you cannot prepare yourself for the whole life in English. And you want to connect with everyone. You want to you want to make conversations about every kind of topic. And I can tell you my inspiration for learning English was that I wanted to change my life, and I wanted to open a lot of doors and I did it. I simply wanted to learn English because it's a world language, and for me was the biggest inspiration that I could totally change my life, and I could work in English speaking countries and have better life, make new friends, and and I've been learning English since August 2022 until now. And as you can see, I really improved my English. Yes, people. And yes, I can talk again that I learned from another big podcasters like Luke Thompson from Luke's English Podcast, or Eliška from Výuka aj online CZ, or Litka from Jazykový mentoring podcast, that learning English is not about uh, short running, it's about marathon. That means it has to be your lifestyle, and it really can be, and you can trust me, it really can be. And and this is a very good idea how to learn English, and I'm feeling like a monk during the Sunday speech in the church. But yes, it's perfect, and at the same time I'm feeling like a presenter in my own TV radio show in my radio. Yes, because my Peter's English podcast is like my own television and radio, but it cannot be because this is Peter's English podcast. This is I'm a streamer because my podcast is free, and I want to continue with the free podcasting because I cannot have profit from it. I cannot have big profit. It's impossible, and I don't have profit, and I cannot have, and I don't want to start the. And I don't want to start business from it because I cannot have profit. It's impossible totally, and I don't want to have problems. I'm happy, and I want to keep my podcast and my novel free forever. But who knows? Maybe one day someone someone can like my novel Red Vampire Kuderi, and it can be famous like Rowling's Harry Potter or Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. Who knows? Maybe it can be a big universe Red Vampire Kuderi, and I can earn millions of dollars. I'm only joking. It's not about it. I like to do this because it's my hobby, and it can be a big hobby for you too. Oh, Peter, you are streaming for 49 minutes. You can be proud of yourself. You can do this again, and I want to do this, and I want to continue until the end of this live stream of this Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode. And what can I talk about? Yes, I'm very happy that my numbers are increasing, and I want to tell you that my numbers are not increasing so quickly, because my whole podcast have, until, as I said you before, 3,722 views. That's great for me. But I think that this number can have one episode and Vera can be more successful. But okay, I have to be happy. And I have, yes, I forgot to tell you that my YouTube channel has 35 followers. Thank you guys. But it can be still better. Yes, I don't know. I think that there are a lot. There are a lot of podcasters like me. And as you know, social media or YouTube is about paying a ad for your podcast, because because if you want to show off yourself, if you want to show yourself on YouTube or on social media, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for this place on the internet. It's normal, yes. It is the normal business of social media, and is the main reason why my novel isn't so popular. I mean, my novel The Empirical Diary, or why my Peter's English podcast is not so popular, because I don't do any kind of marketing. But people, I have to tell you that I tried. I tried. I did a lot of reels on my Instagram podcast account, uh, and I did a lot of reels for my YouTube channel, and it simply doesn't work. People like to watch reels and Bob your uncle, and they want to watch another reels and so on. We found clicking on my podcast, and I decided that I want to continue, and I don't want to feed my social media again, because I'm not an influencer. To be an influencer means that you have to record reel every day, and I don't want to be shocked, and I don't want to be nervous because I had to do 1 minute reel. No, thank you. I like to do long podcast because it's my hobby, and if you want to be successful as influencer, you have to do a lot of short reels, and you have to do it daily, and so on. And this is nothing for me. I am a podcaster, a novelist, a YouTuber, a streamer. I don't want to do this kind of nonsense. For me, it's nonsense. It can be something useful for you, because you can be influencer if you want. But for me, it's doing my own Peter English podcast and writing my own English novel, where the Empirical Diary, very very important, because I can improve my English. And Peter, don't be scared right now, because I'm feeling that I'm shying again. I'm shy. Peter, don't be shy, please. Nothing. You are doing great until now. Be proud of yourself, because I'm proud of myself. And if I have a problems, I know that I have to start doing my podcast. Uh, if long after eating something, and I have to prepare, and I have to cooperate with my parents in my house if I want to do, but it's possible, and my parents like to help me with this. Thank you, parents. Thank you, my parents. And what else? Okay, I try to survive, and it's working for me. I've been streaming for 53 minutes, and I want to do it for the last 7 minutes. Okay, people, if you are if I yes, and the main point of this podcast, the main point is I want to practice my English. I want to practice my speaking skills in English. I'm not an English native speaker. Yes, I'm not an English teacher like Luke or others. I simply English learner like you, and I created this podcast, and I started to write my novel without Vampire Colary, because I want to learn English. I like to do this. It's my hobby, and I want to inspire you for learning English. Yes, people. And I hope that thanks to this podcast, I can inspire you for learning English, and you can totally change your life, because thanks to learning English, you can really change your life forever. And okay, and yes, I can tell you that I didn't watch Ice Hockey World Championship in Switzerland, because I'm not a big because I'm not a big sport fan, and I don't want to watch football, because FIFA World Cup is starting, and I don't want to watch it, because it's a different time zone, it's on different continent, and I'm simply don't because I'm not a big fan of sport anymore. for me it's football boring. For me it's sport more boring in general, and I'm simply very nervous during watching it. I have to tell you, and I simply like to learn English. It's my hobby. I like to do my novel. We had Vampire Diary. It's my hobby. And as I said a few minutes ago, if if there is someone who wants to connect with me in my Peter English podcast community, as I said before, it has to be someone who is learning English like me. That means uh, it's a big lifestyle for you. As for myself, you have to be a you have to have your own English podcast for learning English, and you have to have your own uh, English novel like me, and you have to be serious about learning English like me. But everyone can do this. You can believe me. It's possible. I didn't imagine that I didn't do it before too, and what I am now. It's for everyone. You have to simply discover that it's funny for you, and yes, it is. And yes, I can tell you about other things. How to practice your English. You have to think in English. That's first thing. Second thing, you have to practice, practice, and practice. We found be scared of doing grammar mistake, because I want to tell you everyone, people, that is not important how many grammar errors you can do. You have to simply speak in English. That's very important thing, and you have to have, and learning English has to be funny. In 2 days, in these internet times, you doesn't need to sit in school and learn English from a boring school book. No, you don't need. But I started so. But for me, it was funny. I imagined that the first year I simply um, I simply liked to learn English from English grammar book. It was funny, and I like every kind of English grammar, because I like to learn English grammar. You can see it in my learning English with Peter, and it's funny. And it was my and I simply wanted to learn every kind of English grammar. I wanted to simply learn the most important English grammar, and I wanted to know how to use present simple, past simple, will be going to plus infinitive, and so on. And I did it. But yes, until now, I don't know everything from English. It's normal that there are a lot of English vocabulary that I don't know. But you have to read too. Yes, people, I forgot. And how to read. You can simply listen to a good audiobook in English while you are listening the same in the the same Peter, what are you talking about? I want to simply tell you that you can read the uh, a novel in English while you are listening the same book in English as audiobook, and thanks to it you can improve your reading skills. And you have to do it if you want to improve your reading skills. And yes, I'm moving with my hands, and if you don't like it, go away. I don't care. And yes, I can simply delete and block everyone who is mean to me on the internet. And if I discover a stupid English short messages that are about nonsense, I simply delete you and block you forever. And I can do this without any feelings for you. And if you want to support me with your following and positive comments, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This my previous message about bad and stupid people was these stupid people who who wants to be judge, yes, who wants to judge me, uh, because there are a lot of people who judge everyone, and I don't like this nonsense. I don't like if someone judges and gossips behind. Yes, and I don't want to spend my time with someone who gossips behind my back, who doesn't care about my learning English, and who doesn't want to learn English with me, and who doesn't care about me in general, and who doesn't want and who wasn't in contact with me for years. And I don't want to spend with you big if you are not in contact with me for a long time, because I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you because I like to learn English. And learning English is for me is the more important than you. If you are a people who are not in contact with me for a who wasn't in with contact in me with a very long time, and who are not, and if you are a man or a woman who make fun of me and so on and this kind of nonsense. Okay, that's it for today. I've been streaming for 1 hour. Okay, people, let's read this slogan. Yes, people, I created my own Peter English podcast slogan, and let's read it. Let English be successful, change your life, open other doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Yay! And I like to read it, and I do it on purpose because I want to make a fool of myself, because this is about making fool of myself, but in positive way, because it's about practicing my English and having fun with it. And yes, I like to watch into my record screen. I don't always watch into my webcam. Yes, I cannot do it, but it's a very good boost for me during my live stream, and it can really help me. And I do it for because we are humans, and yes, I know people. Peter, we know that we are humans, but the most important thing is that humans like to watch into the face of another human during conversation, and it's normal to do this. And for me, it works if you are doing your podcast, and uh, you are not you and you are a beginner like me. You can look into your record screen like me. Why not? It really helped me, and it really is helping me. Okay, and thanks to this podcast, I learned English. I can improve, and I can create my own Peter English podcast community with everyone in the world, and I can inspire everyone for learning English, and that's great. Okay, people, I think that's it. I want to end this podcast until 1 hour and second minute, because I think 62 minutes of this nonsense are enough. But Peter is not a nonsense. Yes, thanks to these Ramble episodes, I can improve my English in general, and I don't care how many people watched my Ramble episode, because I'm doing this for myself, not for you. But if you like my content, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, people, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Follow me everywhere. Read my novel, and I want to tell you, bye bye.